Welcome to the software journey with GKey, data warehousing concepts with real-time interview questions and answers. Lesson 1. What is a data warehouse?
In this part of training, we are going to discuss about what is a data warehouse. A data warehouse is a centralized storage system used to store large volumes of historical, cleaned, integrated and business-ready data from multiple sources. It is mainly designed for analysis, reporting and decision making. It is not for daily transactional processing. Coming to the key characteristics of the data warehouse, first one would be subject oriented. That means it is organized around major business subjects. For example, if you take any sales domain, that domain is divided into different business areas like sales, finance and inventory, HR. The data is going to be divided into different data marts like sales, finance, inventory and HR. That data is going to be get into that particular a business area. That is called a subject oriented. Based on each subject, the data is going to be integrated. And coming to the next point, that is integrated. Here it combines data from many sources like ERP, CRM, Excel, web apps into a single format. For example, if you take any business, the source systems might be number of systems. They are in different locations. From them, you have to pull all the data. That means you have to integrate all the data and you have to put into a particular data warehouse. That means the data warehouse is integrated system. We are taking the data from different source system. That is, per se, we can take ERP, CRM, Excel, some databases, flat files. We'll be having data in different subjects. And coming to the third point, that is non-volatile. That means once data is stored, it is not updated or deleted frequently. Only insert or append operations usually happens. This is called non-volatile. Volatile means the data is going to be frequently changes, but coming to the data warehouse, it is non-volatile. And fourth point is time variant. Stores historical data with timestamps. Daily, monthly, yearly snapshots we can have in the historical data. For example, coming to the SCD type 2s like slowly changing dimension 2, we can make use of start date and end date. We can make the history of the transactions in a particular dimension table. That is called a time variant. The variance of time might be daily, monthly, yearly snapshots. And coming to the point like why data warehouse are needed. Company use data warehouses to analyze trends. That means what are the trends happening in the business from last 3 or 4 years on their historical data and improves decision making. That means based on last year and this year's data, they'll compare their business and take the decisions. If the business is going good, and they'll make further changes, and if business is not happening, they'll identify the hotspots where the business is not taking care and they'll improve their decision making. In such a way, data warehouse is going to be used. And create dashboards and KPIs. To see the data for the like users or managers, we have to create some dashboards, and KPIs are like key performance indicators. Based on these key performance indicators, the managers or users of particular dashboards, they can identify what's happening in the business and perform forecasting. This is also one of the point. It forecasts the different levels of data we can see. And finally, support management and business strategy. See, once we have all data into warehousing system, based on the data, we can have different dashboards and KPIs. Taking the trends and forecasting things, we can manage our business and we can plan the next strategy for the business. In such a way, data warehouse is a subject oriented, integrated, non-volatile and time variant system. And as we discussed, why data warehouse are needed. And coming to the next slide, this is the diagram that usually data warehouse systems used to have. Data warehouse high level architecture. Here If you see, source systems are ERP, CRM, Excel, apps, web and other systems, like you can have databases, flat files, something like that. Your sources might be at different locations. By using a ETL tool, we can extract the data, and at particular like database, you can stage the data, that is raw data, for a temporary purpose. From this database, we can transform and clean. Here also we are going to use the ETL tool to transform and clean the data. If you have any anomalies in the data, that is going to be cleaned and transformed from staging area to the ETL layer. This is the ETL layer. By using the ETL layer, here we can apply business rules, validation, SADs that we discussed, like slowly changing dimension things, like all these things we can take care of by using ETL. And finally, we are going to load this data into data warehouse. In data warehouse systems, mainly we'll be having two types of tables. One would be fact table and another would be dimension table. Fact tables is to have facts like measures and keys, whereas dimension table contains the description of the data. Here it also maintains the historical data. As we discussed in the previous slide, it maintains the time variant, different time variant data. That means historical data we can load into the data warehousing. And finally, the data is in data warehouse in fact tables and dimension tables with historical data. And to get into the different trends and what's happening in the business, we have to get into the reporting layer. This is the reporting layer or BI tools, that is business intelligence tools. Here, to analyze the data which is there in data warehousing for the users and managers, we are having different reporting tools like Power BI. SSRS means SQL Server Reporting Services, which is from MSBS stack, and Tableau, it is also one of the reporting tool. Like this, we are having other tools like Cognos, something like that. By using these reporting tools, we are going to prepare reports or dashboards. On dashboards, we'll be having KPIs, drill through, drill down kind of functionalities. Based on these functionalities, the users or the business decision makers, they'll see their dashboards based on the data warehouse data, and they'll make decisions. If the business is good, they'll make further decisions. If business is lacking something, and they'll make changes for the business, and they'll keep track the things by using data warehousing systems. In this way, for any business, there would be source systems. From there, data is going to be extracted and they'll put the data into the staging area for temporary purpose. From there, the data is going to be cleaned by using ETL layer. Here they'll apply business rules and validations kind of SADs. And finally, the data will get into loaded into data warehousing system. There the tables are like fact tables and dimension tables. Data is like historical data. From here, we'll get into the reporting or BI tools by using Power BI, SSRS, Tableau and Cognos. The developers are going to prepare or develop dashboards or reports with KPIs, drill down, drill through kind of functionalities. From here, based on these reports, the business makers are going to take their decisions on their business. This is how data warehousing system is going to be modeled in a real-time project. I think you got some idea about data warehousing. Thank you.
Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. Join the GKey community and grow your IT profession with us.